2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the COD Pod by Minute Meta. I am your host, Darth Edward, and I am joined by my counterpart, Mr. Brass. Brass, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good.
You're drinking an energy drink or a beer? Which one was that?
Oh, energy drink.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes. I mean,
trying to stay awake for
with this game, you never really know. It just kind of whatever you can do to get through it. Sometimes
you start with the energy drink, you end with the beer. That's how it goes.
Basically, this is the first piece of content that we've made on this game in a hot second because this game has sucked. But we're hoping this update is going to fix a lot of it. So we're just kind of going to go ahead and break straight down into it. So if you do not know, I will link it down below in the description. The Call of Duty Twitter / I don't really know what you want to call them.
The Season 2 community update.
Yeah, they released a blog called, basically they're trying to actually be a little bit more transparent because that was one of the things that we all asked for. And they're actually trying to listen to the community that they should have been listening to back in October. But, you know, here we are 4 months later, and they're trying to recover their game from being absolute crashed.
No, Season 2 just means it's coming out of beta.
Basically.
Right? Yeah.
That's basically what... basically what this means is, this is what we should have had...
the most open beta we've ever had.
Yeah. This is what it should have been 3 months ago on release, yet here we are. Yeah. So, welcome to the actual start of the game. It comes out on November 15th. But so we're just gonna go through the entire patch notes, talk about what we think about it, if it's good, bad. At the end of it, we'll kind of give our wrap up on whether or not we think that it will actually save the game, one way or the other.
Season 2 is gonna be my Valentine.
Yeah, we need it really bad. All right, so start off with global changes, crashes, and stability. Basically, they're just saying it should be less crashes and more stable. For the love of God, I hope
so. People don't have to reset their game every game if they're going for a nuke anymore. Hopefully.
Yeah, for the love.
It's not gonna be a thing you have to consciously think about.
I mean, and it's also one of those things. Let me play the game for 3 or 4 games before I have to reset. Don't make me like if I'm going for a nuke, make it where I don't have to reset after every single game just to make sure it's not going to crash. And then sometimes it even crashes even then.
Still crashes. Yeah.
That's mainly for Warzone. I haven't had that many problems in Modern Warfare 2 outside the first week. So that's this
I've
is
only had a couple, and
thing.
there'll be like the little error, like dev error 615, where it just kicks you back to lobby. I've had that a few times, so that's about it.
Yeah.
I played a lot of multiplayer because I quit playing Warzone.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
really enjoy this. I probably have less than 100 games on Warzone 2 total.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the same. Like it's just it's not fun. Audio, basically, this entire this section right here is talking about audio occlusion. Let me explain what that is for some of y'all who don't understand what that actually is talking about. Audio occlusion.
This is Ted's nerd talk. By the way.
Basically, audio occlusion is what happens whenever there is something in between the audio that's happening and the thing that is hearing it. So if you go back and listen to the video that I posted about audio right when Modern Warfare 2 first came out, that's when I discovered this issue and a lot of other people discovered it as well. Basically, what was happening is anytime there was a sound, it did not matter what appeared in between you, it like dropped the level significantly, way more than it was supposed to. So, like, if you were walking and there was a step in between where your footstep happened and the person who was hearing it, instead of it just being, like, maybe even slightly quieter, it was literally acting like there was a wall.
Blocking it out completely.
Yeah, there was basically a wall in between you. So, that's what audio occlusion is. Apparently, they have fixed that. Hopefully, they actually had it completely turned off, which is one of the reasons why footsteps were so loud in Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully, them turning it back on is going to fix some of the complaints about footsteps being too loud in multiplayer. I still think that we need a ninja perk, and then we can also have dead silence as a field upgrade. But I still need a ninja perk, especially for S&D. For the love of God!
Oh, dude, S&D, you can just sit there and wait, and you will hear when they're coming unless they're deadied. 100%. You can sit anywhere.
If you have good headphones,
and especially if you turn down the loudness equalization, that thing everybody's been doing in the settings, dude, I turned that on. I was like, I can hear everything. Like it's so easy.
Like basically, if you have good headphones or good IEMs, like the ones that I have, if you don't know, I did a video about the IEMs that everyone has been using on my personal channel. But if you have some good headphones like that, you can literally track someone through a wall with the footsteps in this game because it's just absolutely insane. Moving on
so
to...
they're fixing that, and that's that's actually part of the things I mentioned in multiplayer too. That it's going to be completely integrated and everything's changing for that.
Hopefully fixed, for the love of God, please.
Hopefully, it's a big deal for everything.
Yeah. Number 2, talking about the UI. I mean, you can't get much worse than they had it. Hopefully, it's not going to be a glorified Hulu. Hopefully, they fired that person and said, "You suck at your job. We're not designing a streaming service. We're designing a video game." If you want to read that, you can go to the blog and actually read all of it. Basically, it just says
it's not awful anymore.
Yeah.
It was really bad at the beta.
Yeah.
And it was really glitchy. Now it's still a little annoying, and I still feel like there's issues with friends not showing up, the friends list thing.
So that's one of the things that they're talking about, the status refresh of friends. That's one thing that's supposed to be fixed. And like the friends list is really the only thing now that I'm like, that still needs work. Everything else is fine at this point because I've just learned where it is, but the friends list needs help.
Yeah.
Let's see. Improved action report experience. That's just more stuff. UI
wait, we can play again. Wait, it says we can play again now. Holy crap.
Yeah, you don't have to back out to the main menu. You can just play again and go to another game.
That's
all that good stuff.
wild.
There will be a bug with this, 100%. I guarantee it. With the first week, and they'll have to fix something else after this. But hopefully by halfway through Season 2, this will be actually fixed. Weapon balancing. Praise the Lord. We're actually going to get some weapon balancing. We will not know anything until later. My hope is the fact that they just...
RPK Fennec?
I mean, not even RPK. They nerf everything. Like, please nerf everything. Make everything worse. That way the time to kill is not bad. I'm curious... I'm going to talk about this more in my wrap-up of all of this, but they're not even fixing the issues that I think are the biggest part of the game after reading this, but I'll get to that when I get to the end. But weapon balancing, hopefully, at least nerf the Fennec and RPK, please.
Yeah, just a little bit. The Fennec was good before, but it was just the Fennec was amazing in Warzone 1, but it had an ammo issue, and that would always hold it back from everything, and now it's 45 rounds really isn't that big of an ammo issue when it's as impressive as it is.
It's basically as fast as the time to kill is.
Yeah.
Like, as fast as the time to kill is. And, I mean, and the other thing that made the Fennec so bad in Warzone 1
was a little slow, too.
It had no movement, and this game movement doesn't matter. So, it doesn't, it's just whatever kills the fastest. Alright, this will be specifically Battle Royale stuff. We got the 1v1 Gulag back, everyone! Let's get a round of applause for them actually doing something that didn't need to be changed. Praise God Almighty. We're getting the 1v1 Gulag back. Okay.
That would be my hot take. I didn't hate it. I hated the jailer.
So, you know why you didn't hate the
flag system?
Do you know why you didn't hate the 2v2 Gulag?
Because it was fun to fight two people.
No, because you didn't play enough. You didn't have enough AFK people in the Gulag.
I didn't have very many. Well, I mean, because most of the time I try not to die early. I mean, when you die early, if you die early, there's always an AFK person in that 4-person Gulag every time. And that's what made the 2v2 the worst. Whenever you had a player that was AFK, or B, whenever the jailer come out, and not only are you trying to fight the two people that you're trying to fight, you also have the guy with a minigun that if he sees you, you're dead. Like, why would anybody join up to kill that guy? He is so hard to kill.
Like, all 4 people have to be shooting at him, and you have to hit him with a thermite or a molly, and then maybe you'll kill him.
Yeah.
But that's just...
I did like pistols in the Gulag. I just like how simple pistols were, but now we're going back to an actual randomized guns, it sounds like, and shotguns are out of that, so I would like that, but we'll see what happens. It'll be back to the good time. I like that they're putting a cash reward on leaving the Gulag, too.
I wish they wouldn't put LMGs on it, but... Other than that, I mean, I understand why they are, but
the LMGs aren't awful on this game, though.
Because movement doesn't matter. So
I don't feel like they're maybe that's what it is.
That's a theme you're gonna find out is movement doesn't matter. So that's why a lot of things are useless.
Yeah. Next up, we got the cash economy. Which everybody's been preaching since the beginning. There's not enough money in this game.
Absolutely amazing. They're increasing the lowest value of cash from 800 or low, you can find to 800, which is a fantastic thing, and then from cash registers 500 is previously 100. These are all good things. I'm gonna need more money. Basically, the only way to get money is you either had to drop in the actual like Al Mazrah town and land where all the shops were and loot all the cash registers, or you had to do some sort of contract. or airport.
Shitload of cash registers.
But like that, like those were literally the only places you could get.
The interesting thing is like
money.
It's saying there are not going to be any in supply boxes. No money in basic or legendary supply boxes.
I don't agree with that.
Which is weird, but they do. I will say they have a lot of money sitting on shelves and shit in there. But there was always just $100, so it didn't really matter. So hopefully when they up it, it'll make a little bit of a difference. So I don't think that's a big deal. I think it'll all over more money in the game, which will make buying loadouts easier. Which also they come to here where they
talk about. We'll go ahead and mention.
Tell us what, but
we'll go ahead and mention it. It's mentioned down here, but we'll go ahead and talk about it here because it's part of kind of the cash economy. They are lowering the price of loadouts in the buy section. They didn't say by how much, but they said they are lowering it. So we'll see.
I think they even said they're lowering the price of individual guns, which I thought 2,500 was pretty cheap.
Yeah, I like 2,500. Like I was fine with that, but it's like it was 2,500. It was basically 5,000 if you wanted both your weapons and 8,000 if you wanted your perks with it. But
we'll see how it plays. That's just a thing that, as long as they're stepping in the right direction, that's all happy.
I don't care. This is basically. I'll talk about this when we get to loadouts. I have a rant.
Yeah.
Loot.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. Loot and inventory. I don't even remember what this one was about. Honestly,
that one's where they're doing the floating loot.
Oh yeah.
Loot again. They're not doing the backpacks. They're getting ready medium and large backpacks, which I'm sad about.
See,
I liked being able to store a gun.
Yeah.
That was cool to me.
My issue wasn't actually the inventory and the backpack system itself. My issue was you could stack 5 dead silences on it. That was my issue. Like all you have to do,
self revives.
Yeah, or not dead silences, self revives. I don't know why I said dead silences. Self revives.
I know. It's fine.
Like just limit the amount that you can put in there of each thing. Like, I like the fact that if I wanted to, I could carry a stun, a flash, and a smoke.
Certain items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just make it to where you can't carry 7 stuns. But, like, still let me, I want to carry stuns, but I also want the ability to carry smokes because rotating in this game, again, movement is a fucking issue in this game. You can throw a smoke, that way you can get across an open area. And
that was the new sight I use.
I
only use that thermal sight now. It's so good. Smokes don't even matter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
But
the aim op can Sugma now. That thing's amazing. Yeah, they're all doing good things there. I mean, that's one of the things people complained about was that, but and complaining about not being able to get backpacks and not being able to loot them if somebody had them. That was a problem.
I think basically
taking them out, it fixes that.
I think basically what's happened at this point is that there was no way for them to fix the issue of A, you couldn't pick up a backpack if someone killed them, and B, limiting. Like, I bet that was just something that was too complicated for them to fix. So instead of fixing it, they just took it out of the game.
I really think that a lot of these things that they're having to take out and make like the old one, I think this was all just like a big brainstorm. They're just throwing new ideas at it. They're like, what can we do different to make this special? And they're just throwing shit at it, and they just put it all in there.
Yeah, and it's like it's basically a switch.
Something where they should have brought us a newer, more improved version of Warzone 1 with a couple of cool features and tried implementing things in seasons. And if it didn't work, revert it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
there should have been quality of life changes for new things to try, like the 2v2 gulag, like a different inventory system. That stuff is just, it was a little too radical to make sense for the average player.
Don't break something that doesn't need to be fixed.
Yeah.
But, and then this is kind of I think what I was talking about a while ago, it's basically, we can't change it. So they talked about during the like COD Next event, how they have the ability to, like, they have a switch where they can turn things on and off, and the example that they used was slide canceling in this. But like, so if they wanted to, they could just flip a switch and turn slide canceling back on. But I'm assuming it was all with a lot of these things that they added. They have the ability to turn it on and off, but I don't think they saw the fact that, like, the backpack system is good. It just needs to be edited. It doesn't just need to be turned off. But I don't know if they have the ability to edit it, so they just turn it off. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is happening in this situation. Is they're like, we don't want to work on it. Let's just turn it off.
Dude, when you found a large backpack, you could carry so much shit there. Dude, you would have so many plates. It was like, holy shit! I found like it's like a holy grail. I mean, you don't find it very often, but when you do, you're like, oh my god.
Yep.
But it would be awesome if you killed somebody that had that large backpack. If you could take their large backpack, which you're literally taking shit out of, Why can't I pick this up and take this with me? That was the infuriating part for me.
Just absolutely. I honestly think that was broken, not a feature.
Loadouts, you can talk. I'm just going to sit here and shut up while you do your thing.
So, I mean, loadouts. This was something that I do not understand why they tried to take it out of the game. Because from literally day one, I was saying, if you take loadouts out of the game, what's going to happen is you're going to lose microtransactions. Because, congratulations, you made $1 billion in the first 2 weeks of Modern Warfare 2. No one's going to buy that game anymore. So now everything that you have to make and all the money that they have to make as a company is from microtransactions. Well, if you don't have people playing your free game being able to get the guns that have these blueprints on them, why would they buy it? It doesn't make any sense. You made it basically impossible for a average player to get their loadout because the bots in this game are higher than veteran difficulty. Like, they will you come around a corner and they're locked on your head and you're dead, or one of them has a shotgun and you're gonna get 2 pumped. Or just different people. There's only 3 to 5 places on the map where you could have gotten your loadout in the first place. And so then, by doing that, a lot of people are going to get it because you have 150 people fighting over 3 locations. Then they added loadouts back, but as a public event where not every single team has their loadout, there was just basically 3 or 4 of them that dropped randomly or in a straight line across the map after the game was already halfway over and the lobby was already 3/4 of the way dead. Then they're like, all right, let's move that up. So they moved it up to second circle, but it still doesn't help because this is something on this note that people don't understand about Battle Royale games because it's the same problem that Apex has. People think, oh, if we just add more people to the lobby, then the mid-game is going to have more action. That's not how Battle Royales work. Because what happens is 90 to 95% of the lobby lands at named POIs. So however many named POIs you have, at the end of the first circle, that's about how many teams you're going to have left in the game. So it doesn't matter how few people in the lobby you have or how many more people you add to the lobby. If you have 15 named POIs in the map, on the map itself, by the end of circle 1, you might have 20, maybe 25 teams left in the lobby. And that's if you're lucky. Sorry.
Hey.
At least you can buy it now. Like, now they're making it where you can buy loadouts, they're making them cheaper.
Well, and the first to fifth circle now. First circle is what we needed.
Yeah, exactly. You can get it first circle. I still think it needs to go back to where every team has their own. This public event
I kind of like
bullshit
the public event thing. I don't know.
It makes different. It. There's even more There's even more loadout campers. That's my issue. I played this game for the first time in 2 weeks last night. You know what me and Kev went and did? We went and camped a damn loadout. Because every single time somebody comes back from the gulag, there's 3 loadouts on the map, and half the people come back from the gulag are landing on it.
Yeah,
I got 5 kills in 3 minutes from people dropping out of the sky without weapons. I can just beam.
Yep.
Also, another note. Sorry, Jamie said this in chat. Thank you, Jamie. It's also what made Warzone unique from all other BRs. Is you can use the gun that not the gulag, the loadouts. Oh. You can use the guns that you want that you make. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But yeah, loadouts, and the gulag are the 2 things that make Warzone so much different. You can pick your own guns, customize your own guns, and then you have a chance after you die to fight for yourself to come back. Also, another thing, they need gulag tokens. All right, I'm not gonna say anything else about it, but they need gulag tokens again. I thought it was
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
The redeploy was cool. But I like the gulag tokens where you just get back into the gulag. I thought that was kind of cool.
See,
that was the cool QOL they did.
I didn't play much Caldera at that point whenever they had that. So the only time I ever saw it was when I watched other people like Iceman play.
Me too, but I played a shitload since Warzone 2 came out. I went back because I like Caldera better.
Yeah. But
then the frustrating thing for me is, why did I play more Caldera? Because it's actually fun. Now that I'm being forced to play a Battle Royale, I realized it wasn't that bad. I was just on the Resurgence train.
And Resurgence is just so much better.
Resurgence is fun. In
general.
It's fun because it's more repetitive. You get faster gunfights. That's why it's more fun. So the next thing they change is, thank the Lord, they went to 3-plate vest.
Oh, Lord, praise God.
Like, having to drop it and loot that was a little silly, and they were fairly common, and it was almost like it was only penalizing the people who first dropped in, and I always thought it felt a little silly, like an unnecessary thing to even be there.
Because it's like, I
didn't see the positive on it.
Especially because, like, the first month and a half of the game, if you dropped in, you were going to find a 3-plate vest almost 95% of the time within the first 30 seconds. Because they were just so populated. Then they nerfed them for some reason where they were harder to find. No one knows why they did that. Now that they're just adding 3-plate vests. My whole issue with the 3-plate vest system is I would be okay with it if it was kind of like Apex, to where whenever you did damage and things like that and you had an actual time to kill, that you could do things like this where you got more and you could get up to maybe 3, 4, or 5 plates. Like, maybe instead of starting off with 2, we start off with 3, but then you have the ability to actually end up with 5 plates. Like, imagine this game where you're at the end game where everyone has a 5-plate vest. Like, that would be amazing. But they're not going to do that. They're just bringing it back to 3-plate. I'm okay with it at this point. Just leave it 3-plate. Don't make it to where don't complicate things.
This little paragraph about movement is just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Movement. I was like, ooh, movement! Yay! And then it's like, there will be a slight increase to movement while plating. Also, you can run through doors while plating and crawling because you're not moving very fast.
I'm just like
slight increase. There needs to be a drastic increase. It was.
In this situation, they're basically saying we still think we're right about this, even though we are definitely not. I'll talk about this more at the end.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll do our bitch session.
Yep.
Buy stations. So I'm glad they're adding more.
Yep.
There seems to not be a good balance of them sometimes. Some games you'll come in, it seems like they're spread out pretty evenly. And then sometimes it'll be like, there's 3 in this little area, and then there's none in front of you for 500 meters.
Like, that's happened.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's what happened to me and Kev last night when we were playing. One of us died. I can't remember who it was. And then, like, we need to buy somebody back, and we look up. The nearest buy station is 475 meters away from us in the middle of El Mazra town.
Yep.
Like, it's just like, okay, so I'm about to spend the next 3 minutes of the game just running across the wide open, praying I don't get beamed by RPK. Like,
yeah. And the funny part is, if you do get shot by an RPK, you have, like,
you're dead.
How long to react?
By the time you react to it, and I can't move now. So,
Dude, the other day, I thought I got killed this fast by something when I was playing with Kayla and them. I got shot and then I was dead like immediately, like the second shot, and I was like, what happened? I looked at the kill cam. Somebody hit me with the RPK and then somebody else sniped me at the same time, and I was instant dead. And I was like, there's no way that RPK killed me that fast. I was about to rage so bad. But it was a sniper. It was a tag team thing. But it was just like, it wears me out.
So yeah, glad
the strongholds. I want to see what they're actually doing with that. Like, I guess they're still having strongholds where you can get your loadouts there, but I'm confused by how they're balancing them. They'll have more details when it comes out. It's like they're adjusting the AI combatants' damage, they say, because I feel like sometimes
there's such an easy way to fix this though. All you have to do is whenever a stronghold is taken, AI stops coming. That's how you fix the stronghold situation. Yeah. Like this is not complicated.
But then it would be a one squad stronghold.
I don't care. Like at that point, I don't care.
I like being able to come in and do a stronghold later, but of course the first squad does have the UAV there, so if they're anywhere close, they see you.
Yeah.
But I like the strongholds for the fact that if you can get there and you can get it first, you can hold that area for a minute and just shit on people.
Especially if you get lucky and it's in game. So I've also figured this out from watching. A lot of times, wherever the stronghold is, the circle's ending around one of those. Because someone always has a UAV at the end game. Because of that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. We'll see what they do with that. DMZ, I'm honestly, if you care about DMZ, you can try and go watch someone who actually cares about DMZ. I played DMZ literally probably in the first 24, or not first, probably the first 72 hours that this game came out. I played
a little bit.
I played DMZ for the first 24 of it, and I got bored after that because there's literally just like, it's very, very repetitive, and you're doing basically the same thing the entire time. And it's impossible to play by yourself. And so if you want to play it, you have to play it with someone else who's at your level. And at that point, the only people who I knew who were even close to me were the 3 people who I played with in those first 24 hours. And they were busy and couldn't do anything, so I haven't played DMZ since. If you want to play it, go. I don't know. I'm sure J God probably has a video over it if you want to go watch this. I'm sorry. I don't really care. Multiplayer. So, here's the issue that I'm about to have. I'm actually kind of having fun playing multiplayer.
I love multiplayer.
And with Resurgence coming back, I'm going to find a time to
This is how much I love multiplayer. Todd has 25 minutes of me before I go play S&D with friends because I'm so excited to play S&D tonight. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready.
S&D is fun. I'm loving it. I'm so ready for rank. We got to find a rank squad. I'm hoping Jamie's gonna be in here with us, and you, me, Jamie. We find a fourth, maybe Davis, maybe somebody else. I don't know, but we're gonna have to find a couple nights a week, every night, to literally just hop on ranked and grind.
I have a group of guys that want to do ranked.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I have some guys that are they're quite good. So I think like if we can create a little Discord
of people just to go,
just for ranked, to hit everybody up. But they're
like I'm excited. This is the first time in Call of Duty that I actually have something to play for in years. That's not just like, oh, I'm grinding wins. Like, because Vanguard,
if it works,
if it works, because Vanguard rank sucked. It literally, like, they released it, and like you're saying, if it works, it was broken the first 3 months it was out and didn't work half the time, and so.
Well, and Resurgence was so good that why would we were like,
But like I'm loving CDL, I'm loving S&D, I'm loving.
I honestly like how Modern Warfare 2 plays, dude.
Yeah, as a multiplayer game, it plays great.
As a multiplayer game, I think it plays great. Like some people hate on it, I don't understand it. I think it plays pretty well for multiplayer game.
Yeah,
flashes, I think they need a small nerf.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the time, I don't have too many complaints on multiplayer.
No, it's actually a really good.
You can play it well. At a high skill level.
Yeah. It's like I know a lot of people get mad at like, oh, why are you camping? Well, this game was designed to camp. Like they literally, and they told us that from the very, very beginning. This game was designed to play slower. And so if you play slower in multiplayer, you're going to have success.
Yeah.
But audio, we talked about this at the very beginning, the audio occlusion, all that stuff. Hopefully all that's going to be on and be fixing.
It's the same thing for that, which is a big deal for ranked and for CDL, because it's going to be different for them.
Yeah.
They have to learn some things in some places they can't sit and listen to people if it's a little different. I mean, we don't know what it's going to be like, but it's good that they're thinking about it. The perk balancing is kind of cool. I saw that they're reducing the cost of the second and third perks will come in quicker. So people get ghost earlier. I don't like that.
I thought this was bullshit from the beginning of the game. I think this is even more bullshit now. Just give us our perks from the beginning of the game.
Give us our perks.
Yeah, it's not
a big deal.
No one again. Stop changing things that no one asked to be changed. Fix the things that need to actually be fixed. Don't change this. Like this is something that's been in Call of Duty. Like I'm gonna be 100% honest with everyone who's watching, just so y'all know my background. I grew up on a farm doing a bunch of extracurricular activities in high school. I didn't have time to play video games. And so when I got to college and at the end of my college career, Modern Warfare 19 came out. A lot of my friends were playing it. I got it. That was the first Call of Duty that I put hours into. And so...
He's a country boy gone nerd.
Yeah, basically. That's actually how my family describes me. It's kind of terrifying. But even since COD 4... Like, that's the way perks have been. Why are we changing this?
I'm an old head. That's my favorite COD of all time. Take me back to COD 4. Take me to Crash. Give me my M4, double tap, deep impact. I'll screw up an S&D lobby.
Why are we changing this? There's no reason to change it. Just put it back. No, this is just dumb. This whole thing is just dumb.
Yeah.
Weapon balancing again. We'll know more. Probably the week before Season 2 actually comes out.
Hardcore's hilarious.
We'll do a whole nother. I'm sure we're gonna do a whole nother podcast whenever these patch notes actually come out. When we have more information on weapon balancing, because of course this is why you are here for this channel, because this is what this channel is actually meant to be.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you need to know the meta, it's Finnick RPK.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah. And TAC V is really good for ED range if you get good with it.
But to say if you want to play more aggressive, the TAC V. But
I love the TAC V.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's rewarding when you hit your shots.
Yeah.
And people go, what was that?
Yeah. Hardcore. I mean, we're glad hardcore's actually back. I hate hardcore. I think it's dumb. I think the time to kill it in this game is already stupid. But I understand.
SMG long shots, suck mine.
That's literally the only reason why. The only reason why I care about hardcore existing is SMG long shots. Yes.
Yeah. Please keep hardcore. Well, what am I saying? I just finished.
Hey, and guess what? I haven't yet. And shoot the ship is back, and so now I can just flip my rotation of whatever I'm working on. I need to be working on these kills for this. I'm in shipment. Cool. I need to be working on long shots. Congratulations. Shoothouse is here now. So I can do both at the same
ship
time.
Is so good. I'm so happy to have that.
It is the greatest thing.
It's the goated one.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I love that.
Playlist.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The ranked play is coming.
Playlist. There is one thing I do want to touch on with playlists, which I think is absolutely fantastic. If you're not on Twitter, which I'm assuming if you're listening to this podcast, you probably are, but they're actually going to be creating a Twitter poll to vote on the playlist rotation. So that's why Shoot the Ship is actually in this week. They put that on the Twitter poll.
I voted for it.
I voted for it, yeah. And so that's apparently something that's going to be happening every, or like 1 week a month, is they're going to get a Twitter poll for the fans to pick whatever playlist they want from, I guess, the previous month. Because like this month it was Shoot House, Shipment, and then they gave us Shoot the Ship. Which one do you want? I'm assuming they're probably going to be like the first week, second week, third week, whichever one we like the most, we can vote for and put it in the last week of the month. And then, of course, ranked play. We've already touched on this a little bit. Treyarch is in charge of it, so hopefully it actually works. The issue is Treyarch didn't make this game, so I don't know. We'll have more details about that later. And then looking ahead, they're basically just talking about there's going to be a blog post on February 8th, the week before, and that's going to have the patch notes in it. That will probably be the day of the next podcast. And so if you want to listen, then it'll be that. All right. I'll let you go first on your closing statements here.
My closing statement is we're going in the right direction. I'm happy. There's no mention of the TTK. My two big problems are the TTK and the movement. That's it. I tried to play this game, and I've been playing a shitload of multiplayer. I'm quite good at multiplayer. I can do decent in S&D. I enjoy myself. And then I go play Warzone 2 with my friends, which I haven't played for a while, and I'm like, dude, I swear they bought me back 8 times in one game. I'm just like, everything that happened was the most unfortunate situation that I couldn't outplay when it happened. And it was just like, there were several times, it's just like literally just a dude that for some reason, his whole team died, moved on, 10 minutes later, he's still in the same spot. And it's just like, he's just sitting there, and I can't see him and have time to regain, move around. Like, I feel like the TTK is just so fast. And it's a combination of the TTK being fast and the movement being slow. Because if the TTK was fast, but I could get out of there quickly, it'd be okay. And if the movement was slow, but so is the TTK, then it balances out. There's just a balance of that where there's not enough outplayability and maneuverability that it doesn't feel fun. That's my issue. Like those in my opinion, they go hand in hand in a gunfight. And it's just, you have to play very tactical and very ratty, and it takes me a minute to get myself in that mindset, and I think that's why I'm not enjoying it. Those are my two main issues. I mean, that's really it. And movement, I honestly think, which I saw somebody put, is speed up animations. Like, that's why everything feels clunky. A lot of the animations just feel like I'm mantling onto this or I'm going through this, and it just feels like it's like just super. I don't know. Some feels awkward and slow, and that's my biggest pick. And it's really everything else. I think is good. I think they did pretty good. Oh, the ping system. Sorry, they didn't say anything about the ping system.
Yeah,
ping system shit.
It's horrible.
It's so hard to see things that people.
Did they mention the UI? I don't think they did.
I don't remember. But please, Lord,
no,
please, Lord, somebody think about it.
The system is so bad. It's.
I can wait on that though. That's the least of our problems. But please give us 50 extra health. It worked in Warzone 1 and it was beautiful. Let it happen here. Like, please, Lord. Like, it would really, I think it would really make the game more enjoyable. And I'm really worried with all these changes they do and no movement or TTK changes that is Resurgence really going to play well?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm worried about that.
I want to start mine off with a massive hot take that I don't know if a lot of people will agree with or not. But if I had to choose between increasing the health by 50 or 100 and them cutting the animation time in half for everything, I don't have to change movement speed. Just cut the animation time and everything in half. Or everything that they're changing with the Season 2 update, I would choose a time to kill in the movement. Yeah. I think that is the biggest killer of this game, and no one actually wants to come out and say it. Yep. All of the issues that they're fixing, other than the crashes.
The crashes.
We can learn. Awful. We can learn to deal with all of that. All of that stuff we can learn to deal with. If you want to change the game, that's fine. The issue is, it literally feels like you're playing a multiplayer game on a BR, and it's absolutely horrible.
Like, I remember the first week it came out, how bad that was. Or not even first week, the first month. Let alone trying to adapt to a new game and enjoy it. We were having all these dev errors. Everybody's like, oh, run this, and run this, and run this, and not dev error. Streamers are dev erroring while they're trying to entertain people and like, hey, look, this game is fun, and then it's being shit.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I remember Jamie, he refused to play the game because he's like, if I play that, and I get to 5th place and I dev error, it just that's why I lost it. He's like, I'm gonna throw shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not doing it. That's not good for my mental health. I'm putting this out of my mind. Yeah. I don't like it makes sense.
Other than the crashing, so the game's actually playable. Like the time to kill and the movement are just horrible. Like, I've been playing a lot.
I don't need the Rebirth Island crazy slide canceling, bunny hopping, jumping everywhere.
I want the bunny hopping.
I don't care about
the slide canceling. I want the bunny hopping.
And I don't need the freaking shoot. What were some of our attack sprint times? Like 9 meters per second.
Yeah.
On some of the SMGs at the end. Like, it could be a little slower than that. Stuff like that. But I don't.
Like, let us have the ability to dive and shoot.
Currently is slower than it was before, even.
Oh yeah, like, and I'm like, if you want to leave, if they want to leave it there, okay, sure, whatever you want to do. But just like, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite and a lot of Apex. When I go from playing those games to this game, it makes it even worse because those games have movement. Fortnite is adding more movement abilities. They're adding an even larger skill gap than already exists inside of their no-build game because everyone is asking for it. Yeah. Because people like the movement. This is not
people are liking no-build because the build's kind of played out.
Yeah.
It's just
like, and this is me not trying to flex. This is just saying how it is. I am an above average gamer. In Fortnite, I have an above 4 KD. On Apex, I've hit upper tiers of plat twice. That doesn't mean I'm great at the game. It just means
play it that much.
Yeah, like, that just means I'm above average at the game. And I come to this game, and it doesn't know that like, nothing matters. It's either whoever sees you first shoots, or whoever sees first and shoots first wins the game. There is zero outplayability. Your ability to aim does not really matter because the time to kill is so fast. Because another thing, another one of the major issues with this game that I think needs to be fixed is the visual recoil. I
I want them to add more real recoil to this game. Like where the guns actually kick more. But don't shake my screen. Like make it where I can still track someone while I'm shooting them. Just give me actual recoil, not recoil that you make me think is there, but it's not really there.
No, I like that. Personally, I have no problem with the gunplay. Other than the time to kill. I have no problem with the gunplay. I like how the guns feel. I like the visual shake. If you're shooting a real fucking gun, it's going to have a lot of visual shake.
I
don't mind that. I don't mind that. I don't want it to without visual recoil, it feels like an arcade shooter to me. I'll say that.
I like it. I like arcade shooters. That's why Call of Duty exists. Call of Duty's been an arcade shooter since the very beginning. Why are we trying to make it Tarkov?
Well, I'm not saying make it Tarkov. I'm just saying not make it fucking Halo.
I agree with that. But it's just like
I don't think those are any of the issues with the game. Like the gunplay. I think the gunplay is better than the Vanguard integration, better than the Cold War integration.
I disagree with the Cold War. I agree with the Vanguard. I don't agree with the Cold War.
Cold War sucked at first.
The Cold War sucked for the first 2.5 months, but
which is a quarter of the game cycle.
Yes, but
just huge.
And this is another hot take that I would say that not a lot of people will agree with until you actually kind of think about it. February to September of when Cold War was over Warzone was the best times of Warzone. More than Verdansk. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
With how the guns played, with how the guns felt, both Verdansk and Rebirth Island were both playable and usable and you could have fun with them. Like that was the best time of Warzone. Like yes, I understand.
I like the original guns.
Like I understand everyone's I understand everyone's like, yes, you and then Lucci has the same opinion. I 100% agree. Like the original Modern Warfare guns feel better in the game, but I think the gameplay itself as a whole was best from around March until around September of the Cold War integration. Because that's after the DMR meta. Basically, is when everything got good.
We were still on Verdansk then, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Caldera wasn't until Vanguard.
We were on Verdansk 84, the improved version of Verdansk.
I actually liked Verdansk 84. I didn't mind Verdansk 84.
Yeah,
I didn't like when they started destroying the buildings in downtown. There was that weird destroyed area. That was a little weird. Wasn't my favorite part, but I didn't mind Verdansk 84.
Yeah. Because
I still think I would do so many things to go back and play Verdansk with the QOL changes at the end of Caldera.
Yes. And I think that would be
on Verdansk would be so much fun. I know it wasn't a great map, but it would just be so much fun.
Yeah.
Just with the nostalgia factor and everything. It would be a blast. Like that would be so good.
Like that's the issue.
We'll never get it.
Like I understand everyone romanticizes the 2020 because we were all locked in our house for 4 months straight and couldn't do anything, and it was fun to get together with the boys and play. But I still that is one hill that I'm like, the best time was when like the FFAR Mac was meta. That was the best time of Warzone. Like after they nerfed the time to kill, when Raven finally started listening to the community and we're like, we're making the time to kill better. We're not just gonna have an alt-right meta. And they started improving things. Like once Raven took over, and God save Ted.
Oh, Ted Timmons, dude. I'd kiss that man if I saw him in person. That'd be weird, but he'd be like, I don't know who you are. I'm like, I love you.
The EM2 meta was really good too. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Jamie. EM2 was good. I liked that gun actually.
When
you learn to use that gun,
holy
fried. Shit, did that gun fry?
Yeah, because the EM2 meta was very, very similar to. A lot of people don't actually realize this. The AMAX meta didn't really happen during like Warzone 1. First year meta, the AMAX meta actually happened because the AMAX and the MAC 10 were met at the same time, and so like that's my favorite part of Warzone is that time right there when the AMAX and MAC 10 were meta. Like it was so much fun to play the game. But like it was something that took skill Like, imagine something taking skill, but if you have the skill, it's worth it.
AMAX Mac 10 was good.
Yeah.
AMAX Mac 10 and Car FFA are probably my two favorites.
Yeah.
I liked when the AMAX was big because the Ram 7 was also very good if you're on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
And it competed. And that was my go-to. Ram 7, ooh, that was my baby. I love that gun. Mouse and keyboard, whew.
But anyway,
we're on the right path.
We're on the right path. Now we just need to fix the things that actually matter inside the game, not just reversing things.
An easy change.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of the changes they were making for this were big changes that they had to work on, to make all of these changes to the integrity of the game, the base of the game. I still think there's a good chance Ted could bring us another 50 health. I really do. He's done it before. He's done it before.
I'm of the belief I think we need 100, not 50, but I would take 50 to
100 more health. Yeah, 100 more health.
Because I think we'd be in the perfect spot because right now the
LMGs would just rain even harder.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but
yeah.
So
did you play Titanium Trials, fool?
Yeah. So basically, but this is the thing with where the time to kill is right now with all the guns. Adding an extra 100 health is not as much as you think it is. It would put us back because of how much they had nerfed everything at the end of Warzone 1. It would put us back similar to the end of Warzone 1 time to kills.
Yeah.
Because right now the FFAR is what? A 480, 490 time to kill? If you add another extra 100 health, you're basically putting it at around 600 milliseconds time to kill. And then you're making all the long-range ARs around 800 to 1,000 millisecond time to kill. Because right now they're sitting at around 650 to 700.
Which is where they were at the end, was what, 1,000 milliseconds was about a decent long range.
Except for like
the 40 to 50 meters.
Yeah. Except for the meta of the metas. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 800.
Yeah. But most 95% of the guns were all sitting around 1,000 milliseconds. Which I think is where this game needs to be at. And so, you literally add 100 health. Because that makes it where they don't have to touch any of the guns. Because that was part of the issue with the meta adjustment at the end of Warzone 1. Was they added the 50 health to make everybody happy. But they wanted it to be even longer. So then they had to adjust all the guns. To make it where they don't have to adjust all the guns, they can just give us 100 extra health. But... yeah.
I think we're on the right path. I just hope it keeps that way. And I'm also excited to see the new Resurgence map.
Yeah, I mean they didn't even mention that, but that's something we'll talk about.
Yeah, they've told us it's coming, so they were just focused on the gameplay changes.
Now, this is something that if another kind of slight thing, if they don't give us the Resurgence map at the beginning, people will riot. The game will die. Now that they've told us they're bringing Resurgence back during Season 2, if they don't bring it back until the mid-season update.
Oh, the people can be so mad, dude.
The game will die. I don't think they understand. The game will actually die. They might be able to revive it, but it's dying. The game is dying. It's not dead yet. COD's not dead yet. COD will never die. COD will never die. But this, the game as we know it right now until they release the next one and whenever the frick that's gonna be, the game will die. Yeah. If they don't release Resurgence on February 15th. If they push back Season 2, like they did, they pushed it back 2 weeks and they're not releasing Resurgence on the first day it comes out. But, and it's something Jamie said, he said plate health is good, but we need more base health. I would be okay with adding 50 base health, 50 plate health. Give us
that'd be cool.
Give us 4 give us 4 plates and 50 extra base health.
I want to be against that. I also want to be against your idea of they did the plate system in Apex, where you can maybe get lucky and find a 4 or 5 plate.
See, I don't want the luck.
I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah,
but...
I don't want the luck. I want because what happens in Apex is the more damage you do, the more health you get. And so basically, what happens is in Apex you start off with white, which gets you 150 health. Once you do 150 damage, it gives you blue, so you get 25 more health. Then once you do 300 damage, you get 25 more, and yada, 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 up until you can get a maximum of 225 health. You can get 100 base and 125 shield. I would be okay with it if they did something like that, where you can add it. Because it encourages people to actually play the game and not camp. I would be okay if they did that, but if it's just luck RNG based, I wouldn't. That wouldn't be like that. Yeah. But I don't know.
We'll be back on February 4th. Thank y'all so much for watching. If y'all made it this far into the podcast, we will be back on February 8th. That's when they're releasing the patch notes for Season 2 for it to go live on February 15th. I have taken February 15th off, and so I will be live streaming and making content all day that day. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Tedward. Mine is TEDDWARD _ on Twitter, because I had to have an underscore because I was already an actual Tedward. Brass, tell them where you can find them.
We call you Double D now. That's what I'm going to call you. Yeah, like remember Ed and Eddie? Double D? Tedward? You can find me on Twitter, Braspy, and I stream as well. Same handle, literally everywhere, because nobody else uses that name. It's a great part about it. Everybody's like, that's a weird name. I'm like, yeah, I have no problems getting usernames anywhere I go. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Make sure you sub to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter as well. We don't really do much on Twitter. I just use my personal one for that because I have a lot of people who follow me.
We'll be doing more on Twitter if we start enjoying the game.
Yep. So
yeah.
But thank y'all so much for watching. We will see y'all in 2.5 weeks. I'll try and put out some content between now and then, but I'm making no promises, at least on this one. But I'm doing them on things. So thank y'all. Peace.
See ya.